What's up everyone, we are back with a video about an easy invitation farm that I don't think enough people do that makes a lot of currency very quickly, namely Chaos and Divine Orbs, that I think more people should be doing. Now, this is not the most exciting strategy ever, I know this, I know the comments, I've done a video on this before, and I know what they're going to be. This is incredibly boring, blah blah blah. Fine, I'm not saying you should do this constantly, but it's something you should do as you are getting more maps than you know what to do with. This is something very profitable you can do in your spare time when you just have 10-15 minutes to kill. If you have enough maps on hand, this will get you about a divine every 10 minutes. If you're on the slower side, maybe, you know, divine every 12 to 15 minutes. It's something, you know, if you see an item, you're like, oh, I'm short one divine, I just need a quick one. I got a bunch of garbage. Tier 14 plus maps, you can just do this and just rip through them real quick and do it that way. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and get followed over on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk, where I stream all of this stuff and we have a lot of fun there. Yeah, let's just get into it. So a quick TLDR on every on how you start this is once you start running your maps and you go to your quest log, you are going to get ones for things like the Searing Exar and the Eater of Worlds. Follow what it says to do, and eventually you are going to get the invitation to fight these bosses. Once you do that, you are going to unlock this circle that has these notches. Now, while you're doing the quest line, you will have to put influence on the maps by doing this. So following the Searing Exar quest line, it'll say, you know, do tier 8 maps plus with this on, and then it will spawn Searing Exar monsters in the map, giving you progress to unlocking the Searing Exar or the Eater of Worlds. The Maven has their own quest line, all three of them do. Now, once you do that, you're going to unlock the notches for this circle, which means you will see the progress bar, and you can see mine says Eater of Worlds progress 13. That means I went in a map, 13 of them, or a couple less, we'll explain that in a second, that I popped the altar monsters at least once to give me another notch in this. Now, halfway through, you kill the map boss. He's going to drop that midway invitation, which is the hungering something, that little mini boss. And then once you fill the entire circle and kill the map boss, you will drop the invitation for that boss. Now, these are valuable because people keep killing these bosses for their specific drops. For example, the best drop of Eater of Worlds right now is the Ashes of the Stars Amulet, which gives a lot of quantity. It got kind of nerfed, but kind of buffed because of the changes. Long story short, people buy these like crazy to just chain kill this boss for the drops. So how do you get a notch in the circle? Well, you take any tier 14 plus map, you put it in, you make sure this is highlighted, and all you have to do is pop the altar monsters, or the eldritch monsters, whatever you want to call them. And you will know that because with the Eater of Worlds, you will see a big blue kind of explosion, and they will spawn. It does not take that long usually. Sometimes it's easy to miss. I will kill a couple of groups of monsters and you'll see it when it goes off. So if I go in here, kill these monsters, want that right there, that big explosion right there. Rewind it if you have to. That was the explosion. I even got an altar. That's how you know that you are done. You can then exit the map already, and that will give you the progress to the thing. And I went past the entrance, but you will see now mine has gone from 13 to 14, and you can just go all the way up. Now, if I would have killed the boss, I would have gotten that mini boss invitation. I don't really care about that right now. For the sake of the video, you can do it. It's not really worth anything. Usually 3, 4, 5 chaos. Sometimes I hold on to them because they're a good DPS check. If I don't want to go into POB and I have a couple of the writhing invitations that spawn that mini boss, I can kind of gauge my damage increase by how fast I can kill him. And it's just kind of satisfying to go back and beat the living hell out of that guy if maybe you had a problem with him earlier. But that is the main thing people fail to realize, is a lot of people think, oh, you have to kill the boss to get this progress, and you don't. All you need to do, spawn the map, go in, see that blue explosion, spawn those monsters once, and you get the progress like you just saw. So you can do it incredibly quickly. So if you have tier 14 maps, you can keep doing that over and over just to get rid of these garbage maps that you either have already completed, they're Atlas passive, and you don't need to do them anymore, or just anything like that. As long as you have an excess of them, you can just keep doing it. So again, once you fill this circle and you are one notch away from filling it, you can go in and kill the boss. And the map boss is the only time you need to actually go and kill the map boss, will drop the invitation. That's why I like to kind of have, if I have a mesa map or something where you can get to the boss very quickly, I run these last. So when I'm ready to pop an invitation, I can run a mesa map and the boss is always in the same spot, directly in the middle. I can literally, if I switch back to my weapon, go into the mesa map, run directly into the center, and he will always be right there. Bam. He will drop the invitation right there on the very final circle. To make going back to town a little quicker and not using a million portal scrolls, you can put on your swap a weapon with trigger a socketed spell when you use a skill with an 8-second cooldown, blah blah blah, spells triggered so we have 150% more cost. So you can put a skill and you can put a portal gem, which is a gem that literally just casts a town portal. Now it usually has a cast time, you can decrease that by adding quality, but if you put a skill in a weapon like this, like Cyclone, because I use Cyclone because I'm cast on crit, and I swap to it, my F key is my swap. I hit F, I hit Cyclone, spawns a portal, I hit F again to swap back to my original setup, and I am good to go. You can turn your auras back on because it messes with my auras, and then you can just go in, throw another map, hit activate, and keep doing this. Now you can do the exact same thing with the Searing Exar. They will, the invitation is just not worth as much right now, so I would do this if you can with Eater of Worlds, but if you don't want to respec your tree into the nodes over here for Eater of Worlds, namely the, that's not the right tree, namely the one node that gives you a 10% chance to award double progress towards encountering the Eater of Worlds. That means when you get those notches, 10% of the time you will get 2 notches. You might also want to take the one that increases the chance of finding the Eater of Worlds altar of the maps. And again, you can find this again on the Searing Exar. It's just worded a little differently. A chance for the altar to influence, a chance for an altar to spawn by 50% when it first appears in your map. Because once those monsters pop, it doesn't guarantee they are going to spawn one of those altars. It doesn't matter if they do or they don't, you still get progress. But if you get these altars, you want to peek at them before you go back to town, because if it's something really good like a Grand Eldritch or something that's worth more than, you know, 2 chaos, I'd say. So a Searing Exar, you can get Awakened Sextants or Grand Eldritch Embers. With these you can get Grand Ichors or something like that, or you can get a Divine Orb altar. That's the trade-off with these. The Searing Exar gets more decent altars that drop like currency and things. Most of the Eater of Worlds stuff is garbage, but he has a chance at the Divine Altar. So high risk, high reward. This is low risk, lower reward. So if when you do this, you see the pop and then you kill them just by chance, say you're AoE or something like that, and you see an altar pop before you go back, take a quick peek at it and see if it's something that's good. If it is, click on it and just run the rest of the map, and then continue doing what you were doing. Now, doing this with any tier 14 map, we can do the math on this. I have run these rotations many times. If I'm really fast, I get it in about 8 minutes and 30 seconds to get an invitation. If I'm going a little slower, it becomes closer to 10 minutes, but it is not hard to get 10 minutes. Now, a Eater of Worlds invitation is worth 0.8 Divine at the making of this video. A Divine is about 150 Chaos. If we take 150 Chaos times 0.8, you can see an invitation is about 124 Chaos. On average, you are going to be able to get an invitation in 21 to 20, or no, not 21 to 22, 24 or 25 to 26 maps, with the 10% chance to get double progress towards the map. So let's say it's, you know, 26. We'll go, if you had a little bit bad luck that time, divided by 26. That means every time you run a map, it is 4.5 to 5 chaos. Every single time you go in there, kill like 2 or 3 groups of mobs, see the pop, and go out. As the league progresses and the cost of divines goes up, usually around, you know, 200 chaos, the price of the invitation stays the same. So this is about as low profitability as this is ever going to be. So this is not something where, oh, okay, so in a couple weeks this is going to be dead. Invitation prices are going to tank or whatever. No, people are constantly farming these bosses. I do the same thing with Maven throughout the league because it is very fun to kill these bosses and have a chance at, you know, some of the higher tier uniques that sell for, you know, 20 to 30 divines. But if you had enough maps and you just ripped through these really quick, and say you were able to do a rotation every 10 minutes, you know, it's so 6 times 0.8, you're looking at 4.8 to 5 divs per hour. If you want to make this a little bit more exciting, it's nice that the league mechanic is right at the beginning of the maps. So you can literally just go in and either do the league mechanic, then go out, and then get the pop, or you can get the pop and then just walk back and do the league mechanic. I hate the Ivory Temple. I don't know why I picked this for this video, but you can go and wait till you see that pop. I'll point it out again when it happens, but you can just kill things until you see the big blue thing right there. That is the pop. You can run back and just do the league mechanic after that. It's a way to change it up. The league mechanic is profitable on the scale of the ones that the past league mechanics that were either garbage or really great. This is on the upper scale of profitability, plus it's actually pretty fun. Now you can do it first and then pop it and then go back. That's probably faster than running back. But if you're worried about doing league mechanic and then getting your ass handed to you because things can get a little juicy with the mods that it gives the enemies, you can change the order you do it. You can do that. You can do it last if that makes you nervous or can make the people too hard. So in the next video that I do, I am going to show you how to make this a self-sustainable strategy if you literally just want to do this kind of farming and you don't care that it's kind of boring and, you know, you're not playing the game as much. If that's what you want to do, don't let anyone tell you how to play the game. If you just want to power up, get some gear that you really need, maybe you know your build is at a breaking point to where, like, if you just had, you know, 10 or 15 more divines, you'd be able to take that huge next step and enjoy the game more. You can do this, so make sure you get subscribed and watch out for that next video that I will put out in the next couple days with some strategies you can literally self-sustain this. So, and I have done it before. I've done it on a couple last leagues when I was close to something big and I needed, you know, 5-10 more divines, and I was like, I'm just gonna take like an hour and a half and grind it out and just get these as quickly as possible with almost no, you know, thing for error. There's a lot of strategies out there where it's like, you can do this and, you know, you can juice a Crimson Temple map and you have a chance of a 50 divine apothecary card. It's not guaranteed. This is guaranteed profit. You can just take these white maps, tier 14 plus, or rare maps, or any maps tier 14 plus, and you will make guaranteed 4 to 5 chaos every time you do this. And honestly, if you're watching this and I posted this a couple weeks ago, look, this is even more of a profitable strategy. It just keeps going up and up as the price of maps goes down and the price of invitations goes up, as well as how many chaos divines are worth. So yeah, guys, go use your trash maps to make some money, get some cool stuff for your characters. Comment down below if you like the video and just any ideas, you know, strategy ideas on what you do personally, and I love it. So make sure to subscribe and follow over on twitch.tv/SafeOnTalk. Come hang out with us, and until next time, guys, we will talk to you later.